Hello, I'm Claudann Jones, County Agent for Family and Community Health in Smith County, which is in Tyler, Texas. Beautiful Tyler, Texas. Today we continue our virtual fishing skill-a-thon with a recipe that I really like because it's super simple. Anybody can do it. You can grill this recipe, you can bake it like we're doing today in an oven. If you're out and you're camping, maybe you're going to go camp and fish overnight, you can cook this over an open fire, and it's one of just the best recipes ever, okay? It's very super simple, very easy. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use crappie, of course, because that's the fish that we're studying about this week, how to make a very easy, very simple baked crappie recipe. So this is my easy baked crappie. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our crappie that we've already washed and we've let this thaw out really good. I'm going to take my paper towels, my clean paper towels, and I want to get these very dry. I don't want any water on them whatsoever. And the reason why I want to do that is because the extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil is what I'm using today. I want it to adhere to our crappie fillets. And so we've got just a few crappie fillets that we're going to dry off, and we're going to place on a piece of foil. Now, we're going to line those up, and some of the ingredients that we need today with our easy baked crappie fish recipe. We have avocado oil. We have garlic powder, lemon juice. Now, if you have fresh lemons, to me, the fresh lemons add so much more of a better flavor to it. And so what you would want to do is you would want to take that lemon, wash it off very good, slice it thinly, and place it across your crappie fillets. If you had some herbs in your backyard, or if there were some herbs in the store, you could get rosemary or thyme or dill. I encourage you, this whole opportunity that we have, we've got a little bit more time on our hands. Let's use that time wisely. Let's experiment with different herbs and different seasonings. Let's use this time and have a little fun, okay? So I'm going to use garlic powder today because that's one of my favorites. So salt, pepper to taste. Now, I'm not going to tell you to add 1/4 of a teaspoon or whatever. You want to always be able to control the sodium that you take in your body. We're supposed to have around 2,100 milligrams of sodium a day. So by the time you think about every meal that you have, keep all of that into perspective, kiddos, because we want you to learn how to cook and prepare ways that are healthy, like baking, like grilling, like putting it in this full pouch on an open flame. Those are healthy ways. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and start this process. So I'm going to take a little bit of avocado oil, and I'm going to put a little bit over all of my fillets. I want to make sure that all of my fillets have the olive oil or avocado oil all the way around. I'm also going to add a little bit of garlic powder because I like it. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit of cumin, you could add cumin. Paprika pairs well with fish, and it's one of my favorite things to add. It adds a little bit of spice. Thinking outside the box here, now this is lemon juice, and again, if I had real lemons, I would slice them up and put them across there. But I would also like to play around with some of the sauces, maybe add a little Tabasco sauce, or my daughter's favorite is sriracha sauce. She likes sriracha sauce on everything, so why not add a little bit of this sriracha sauce to it while you cook, okay? So I got a little bit of salt and a generous portion of black pepper because I like black pepper. So I'm going to add black pepper to this. Now, this is about 3 or 4 ounces. And remember, 3 or 4 ounces of our protein is the serving size that we need every day. This protein source right here, this crappie, it's going to give us about 100 calories. So you can see that this is a healthy, versatile protein that you can add and incorporate in your diet at any given time. Now, my husband, I'll tell you this, he likes onions. So you could always slice up some onions and lay across there as well. So I'm going to do it just like that. Now I'm going to bend my edges over, and I want to give them a good little press so that I can get a good seal on all sides of them, okay? I hope you can see pretty good what I'm doing here. That's real important, okay? Now, I'm going to put this on a cookie sheet so that in the event that these juices run, I don't want them to have a mess in my oven. So always put your foil pouches in a cookie sheet or some container that's going to hold those juices in and not make such a mess, okay? So while we do that, let me put my oven mitt on so I don't burn my hand and get our fish out of the oven, okay? I can hear it sizzling and it smells wonderful, okay? So I'm gonna put it on top of my stove here. And oh, it smells so good, so good. And I've got a plate that I'm gonna put it in. Let me move my mess out of the way here, because I want you to be able to see this. Put that right there. Now the trick to this, and we don't have time, of course, so I'm gonna do this a little bit faster. The trick to this is to let it sit for just a couple of minutes, because you want that steam, you want that fish to just kind of rest a little bit in that heat. That's also going to continue the cooking process. So I'm going to carefully open up my pouch. I'm not using my hands because I don't want to burn them. You might want to enlist your mom and dad to come and help at this point. Oh, everything looks so good and flaky. Oh, nice. All right, so give me a moment, the moment of truth, y'all. I'm going to carefully, hopefully without burning my hands, take my fish and put it on there. Now, your fish is going to, while you're cooking it, your fish is going to kind of fall apart just a little bit, and that's okay because you want it to be tender, you know. You want it to be cooked all the way through. Oh, that looks so nice. Now, I'm going to hold this up because I want you to see what it all looks like. So that's just kind of a small little portion of what my fish looks like, okay? You can tell how flaky that is and how wonderful that is. And it's super, super simple. So remember this fish recipe, and I hope that you enjoy it when you go fishing for your crappie and you get a big, massive crappie. You're going to have so many different recipes that you can use, okay? So I hope you have had a fun time. And if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and eat my crappie, okay?